Shelby. Shelby, are you going to eat your bone the whole time? Shelby girl. Shelby. Hey, are you going to eat your bone the whole time? Are you going to eat your bone the whole time? Probably. Hey guys, welcome back to One Pretty Little Box. Welcome back to another Motivational Monday, and it's a Christmas edition. Go get you some Christmas tea, some coffee, some water, maybe a little whatever, you know, and let's just talk. We're gonna talk mom life on a Christmas level. Yesterday on Facebook, I reached out to a few of you and I had asked one question, and it was, where do you need the most motivation this Christmas season? I have 5 Motivational Monday videos between now and Christmas Eve that I need to film, and I'd love to provide content that encourage you the most. And the ideas that came in were fabulous. I picked this first one because I think it's very timely. And it's a good way to get focused on Christmas and mom life and wife life and balance. Here's the topic that I chose for this week. Lindsay wrote, I need help maintaining calm, relaxed while trying to make holidays memorable for the little ones on a budget, and how to deal with mom guilt over holiday school activities that I can't always attend because of work. Perfect topic, because right now we are starting into that full Christmas season, which will come with a lot of invitations, a lot of parties, and a lot of choices. A lot of choices. A lot of choices. Okay, I thought you guys were too far away. I wanted you to come close. So there's so many things to talk about, so I hope this video doesn't go very too long. If it does, I'm sorry, but this is one of the topics that I love to talk about, and it's finding balance in your home while still providing those memories for your kids and not losing your crap. You know what I mean? I've used another word, but and I'm gonna kind of give a few tips and a few ideas of what I have done with the kids growing up. As you guys know, mine are teenagers, one is out of the house, but we still make memories. In fact, today, when I'm filming this, it's Sunday, and you guys already know we went to the Grinch. We went to the Grinch just together, and it was a perfect kickoff to our Christmas season this year. That, however, I would say does not fit into a budget. Going to the movies is it is high. It is very high. Yes, she's eating her bone. You guys are just gonna have to deal, because we just got back not too long ago. So, I wouldn't say going to the movies to see a film unless it is in your budget. We didn't used to do that. Now we are probably going once a month, once every other month, usually me and the kids. It's something we enjoy together. I personally enjoy it because it's all about the experience. Your phones are off. There's no social media contact. There's no washer dryer reminding me that I need to flip one or the other. There's no dishwasher running reminding me that I need to unload. And there's nothing else pressing for my attention except for being in the moment. And I think being in the moment of whatever situation you're in is probably the best thing to look forward to and to press into, because being in the moment means that you're making a memory. They're not making a memory without you, and they're not making a memory on their own, but you're involved. It probably sounded different than what it sounds to me, but I know what I'm trying to explain, and I hope that you guys understand that too. My eyes are like itchy and burny today. I do have some notes. I did work on this last night because this topic is just very personal, and I don't want to miss any for you. The biggest thing I said I think the most important thing to walk away from is don't try to measure up to comparison to other parents. If you're going to want to measure yourself to anything, measure yourself to you. Measure yourself to you. Measure yourself to you this year from what you were last year. That is where your standard is. Jenny Lou Who down the street may not have a job, and she can attend every school party, and she can attend all the extra social events, and she can be a room mom and bake things and just be the Pinterest mom. Not everybody has that. One, want to, have two, time, and three, finances. That all takes a lot of extra money as well. So if you will only compare yourself to you during this Christmas season to where you were last Christmas season, then you have something to work with. But if you're comparing yourself to other parents or to even what you're seeing on social media, I can promise you you're chasing a square lemon. It's not gonna happen. It's not. You might like ideas that some people are doing, and you may think, oh, let's just throw that into our tradition and try it, but it doesn't mean you have to do it. When we moved into our neighborhood, we started a tradition in our home. We give redneck Christmas gifts to some of our neighbors. We handpick who gets them that year. I try not to give them to the same people, even though everybody really kind of expects them, because honestly, they're pretty awesome. I think one year we gave a can of, I think I may have had this on a blog, but I'm not for sure. We gave a can of root beer and a can of pork and beans, and we wished everybody a root and toot in Christmas. That was fun. Last year I did a couple different things, but to my immediate neighbors who live on each side of me, they got a box of ho-hos and a box of ding-dongs, and they were tied together with a pretty ribbon, and it just said ho 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 from the ding-dongs next door. It was so fun. But I just love doing that. There's things on Pinterest where you can jingle your neighbors, and it starts the tradition kind of like of being booed at Halloween. Those things are fun for kids, and it teaches them that giving a gift is not just crossing something off of the list. It's not a burden, and it's not mandatory. When we do these gifts, they are so fun, and I giggle as I'm planning it, and then I giggle as we're delivering it. So it's just a hoot. But that doesn't mean I expect other people to do it. I don't expect a gift back from anyone that we do the redneck Christmas gifts with. It's just something that is fun to do. It kind of puts our name into some of our neighbors' homes that we might not personally know very well, but we wanted to say, hey, Merry Christmas from us, you know. It's just fun. It's just been a fun tradition for us. We didn't do it every year, though. We did it every other year is what I've been doing, but I know we did it last year, and I really want to do it again this year. That's my hope. But no one else around me was doing that, so I wasn't like I was doing that because they did. You know what I mean? It was just something we wanted to do, and that was a standard that became ours. The second thing I wanted to note was to take time throughout the season for you. That means a bubble bath, dinner with friends, an early morning with the extra cup of coffee. Maybe you're like me. I love it when my tree is lit and I can just sit in the living room, no TV on, nothing. Just sit there with a cup of coffee or cocoa or tea and just enjoy the tree and the simplicity of the season. That is where we are all going wrong, is when we let that simplicity of the season disappear with a bunch of expectations that are never met, and disappointment begins to rear its head. It just does. Um, I've when we've done Christmas gifts, my biggest thing for our children is you may give a Christmas list, but do not expect everything on it. Don't. When they were little, it was a little bit different. They did get quite a bit on it. Now you make a list as crazy and wild as you want, but I no longer really shop for the Christmas list because it is so fun to go find a gift for somebody and for it to be something that you're like, wow, I want to get that for so-and-so. And to go shopping and not have a list demand what I pick up. I'm not going grocery shopping. I'm not going to fill someone's wish list. I'm not running errands for someone else. I'm choosing a gift. And giving a gift comes from the heart. And coming from the heart does not come from a piece of paper or someone demanding something they want. I'm not manipulated very easily. And as I get older, it frustrates me when I see people do that. So, that is, keep it simple. Keep it simple. The more simple your Christmas will be, the more joy you will find because there's no expectations that are not met. And that's what usually leads to discontentment, frustration, exhaustion, crankiness, arguments, hurt feelings, all of that stuff that does not say Christmas. This was a big one for me when I wrote it down. I put theme family nights, and I'll share what we did one year, and we do it every now and then. The kids request it, which I'm surprised they haven't asked if they were getting it today since we went to see the Grinch, but it might have been when we moved here too as well. That one Christmas was just so fun. But we, like ABC Family, will run a ton of Christmas movies, Hallmark, whatever. ABC Family is good because it has a lot of kids movies and movies that kids will enjoy. They don't necessarily enjoy the Hallmark Channel, Mom. We might, but they might not. But one year we did Grinch. We watched Grinch when it was on. And so for dinner, I made sure that we had a Grinch themed dinner. We had roast beast sliders. They pretty much were like little sliders with Philly cheesesteaks, but we called them roast beast sliders. We made Cindy Lou Who cupcakes, so we made sure that we made cupcakes and they were pink and they had lots of sprinkles on them. And we had Grinch shakes. They were green. And I don't know, there was one more thing in there. But it was fun because we watched the movie and we got to actually enjoy a meal that was themed with the movie. People do it all the time with Halloween. They do it maybe all the time for Christmas. I don't know. You know, everyone has their own Christmas tradition. But start having family theme nights and theme it around a movie or an activity. Another thing we always do, and I think we stopped the last maybe 2 years ago, simply because the kids are older and it's not quite as fun. I don't think we went last year. We might have went the year before though. So last year was probably our first year not to go. But we love to go look at Christmas lights. We used to do it on Christmas Eve, but we stopped doing that because a lot of people are gone, and so they don't have their Christmas lights on outside, and so it's a little hard to kind of see them if they're not on. So we would go maybe sometime during that week before, some of that, whatever time is in that week before Christmas Eve, so that we could enjoy the lights and just make it fun. Usually we'd have cocoa, or if I've made things for Christmas Day like fudge or Christmas trash or something like that, we would take a snack and a hot drink or whatever and just go look at Christmas lights. It's always fun and it's cheap, except for gas. You drive around, but they ask for it every year, except for last year. Oh yeah, let them be a part of Christmas cards while watching a movie. You can go buy Christmas cards dirt cheap. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them even, I think, at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store. get really good deals probably today, Cyber Monday at Hallmark or Dayspring or another one of the card vendor places. But let them be a part of the Christmas card tradition. That is one of the traditions that we lived on for years. But over the last 10, it's pretty much disappeared. I probably received 5 cards out of the whole Christmas season. That is why I invited you guys to join me in a Christmas mail exchange, because I would love to bring that back, if even just in my home, but for others as well. So, you know, they could be a part of that Christmas card. Pop in a movie, do Christmas cards together. Again, it doesn't cost a whole lot to make a big difference in someone's life. Bake cookies for your neighbors was another idea, or whatever your family favorite recipe is for a Christmas treat. Make it for your neighbors, make it for friends, make it for their teachers. This is another one. This one's pretty much will touch on that mom guilt. Put on here, just sit your kids down and explain to them that you want to be at every event that they have, but you just can't because you have so many other things to do. Kids are so much more resilient than we give them credit for. And if we just say, listen, I really want to be there, but I can't. You know, work has to come. I have to go to work. And let them, if you miss an activity, let them choose maybe what's for dinner that night, or let them choose an activity for you to do as a family on the weekend as a makeup activity. But I always want my kids to know that while they are a priority to me, I have other priorities in this life. They don't always come first. Especially as they get older, they need to understand that. Our kids know they don't come first in our house. My husband comes first. They're teenagers. Guess what? Sometimes teenagers are the most selfish beings on the planet, because they want the world to revolve around them without the complete understanding that it doesn't. And we've got to stop feeding that. We have to. We absolutely have to. And I truly think that's why our marriage is so strong and our kids are the way that they are. It's not because they're not loved. They are loved. They are loved unconditionally in a ton. But their needs come first. Their desires do not. They do not get to have that first priority. I'm a wife first, and then I'm a mother. I know you guys will read me, and that's okay. We're allowed to have our own opinions. But look back at your kids and your marriage, and maybe take account of how that's working for you. I know people who put their kids over their marriage, and there's a lot of resentment between the husband and the wife. Might not be seen by a lot of people, but it's felt inside the home. You walk in home, you can feel it. You can see how they interact with each other. You see how their kids either respect or don't respect both parents. It's visible. And as they get older, they need to understand that their spouse is the priority above them. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I was sitting on that foot and it was falling asleep. Anywho, the gist of that is just to explain to them that some things happen and you can't always provide and you can't always be at every event, and you don't need to be. I tried to teach our teenage daughter when she was younger that she does not need to go to every invitation she receives. She can thank them for the invitation, but they don't need to know where she's at 24/7, and they don't always need to know why you can't come. So it's okay to say no. And if I want her to understand it's okay to say no, I have to have permission for it to be okay to say no as well. Otherwise, we're raising our kids to think that you have to go to every single event that comes up and there's no way out. And that's not realistic. It's just not realistic. I kind of touched base on this one. It's start traditions now with your, oh, no I didn't. Start traditions now with your spouse. This feeds right into it, which is great. That you will want to continue after your kids leave the house. Because, you guys, it happens fast. I have one that, this year she moved out. It won't be long. The twins will be gone. We don't know how many years it'll be until we have grandchildren. So I don't want a gap there. Christmas is one of our favorite holidays as a couple. We got engaged on Christmas Eve. We announced our first pregnancy with our daughter on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with my family. I was pregnant with the twins at Christmas time. Christmas has always just been one of those times that we shared together, and it truly is, like I said, my favorite holiday of all. So I try to make it as fun and as memorable for everybody, but if I am stressed out and I'm tired and I'm overwhelmed and I'm overworked, I'm not any fun to be around. I'm really not. And I can almost guarantee that you are not either. So we have to do things that do not overwhelm us, do not overstress us, and can put the simplicity back in the holiday. Because once you do that, you're going to find that not only do you enjoy the season a little bit better, your kids are calmer, because you're calmer, because you're not freaking out, and you'll start getting a little bit of inspiration on new things that you want to do. Christmas is not all about the money. Society makes it that way. Society makes it very much money oriented, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I'm thinking this year of, in our home, we're going to start doing a Christmas stocking challenge, and each of us will have so much amount, and they'll have to use that to fill a stocking for someone in the house. And we'll draw names for that. We can do that. We're older. We don't have to worry about visitors on Christmas Eve night quite as much. So it's kind of enjoyable, and it makes Christmas different than it was when they were little. I no longer stress because I was the biggest, most anxious person Christmas Eve night because I would worry about being caught. Once I was able to let go of that, it put a new whole spin on Christmas, and I started doing things a little bit different. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I hope that these suggestions, ideas, and this conversation helped you guys in whatever way that, in capacity that I guess it did or didn't. I'd love to continue the conversation down in the comments below, whether it be in the comments on Facebook or the comments here on the YouTube video. And I enjoyed having a Motivational Monday for you. I've missed doing those. I haven't done very many sit-down videos in a long time, and those usually tend to be my favorite because they pick my brain a little bit. But I'm looking forward to this Christmas season, and I hope that you are too. Until we talk again, which will be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have a vlog up for you for Monday. No, Sunday and Monday will be smashed together for Tuesday morning. So I will see you then. Bye.